Today we're going to be talking about organizing documents. I'll give you some tips and tricks which I use on my daily basis so you will forget about paper clutter forever. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see you here again in my videos, and if you don't know me, I'm Irene. So let's start. To be honest, I started to organize my papers and documents about 2 or 3 years ago, and I was a messy person because I grew up in a family with my grandpa and grandma, which were kids of war, and they were the people of another generation. So I mentioned that the older generations have some patterns to clutter their apartments, to collect all the paper, to save all the stuff which they brought to their flats. But we need to remember that we're living in a different time. We don't need these patterns to recreate the lives of our parents and grandparents and to clutter our homes. So I'm going to share you my tips and tricks which I use on my daily basis, how I organize my paper documents, and not only, so stay tuned till the end of the video. I hope you will like it and it will be useful for you. As I remember, I started decluttering my papers about 2 or 3 years ago, as I said before, when we renovated our apartment after the death of my husband's brother. And we have so many documents, useless documents, to be honest. It was a mess. I think I decluttered documents for maybe a week in our apartment, and that was not the way I want it to be in my future. So I came to minimalism in documents. I want to share with you how I organize them, how I store them, and which documents I think you need to keep and which are the trash. So my first ever tip for you will be to sort out your documents. You need it as hell, believe me. And you need to realize which documents you need to keep forever, like passport, like travel license, and etc, etc. Which documents are crucial or not for you, and which documents need to go to trash. Sorting out your documents may take a lot of your time. That's true, but this totally worth it. And to make it real, you need to bring all of your documents into one place. For instance, you can choose your working table, your office space, or maybe even a floor, and you need to bring here all your documents from the whole apartment to see what amount of paper do you have. After sorting out your documents of different kinds and making a little stacks in front of you, we're coming to another tip. Tip number 2 will be to create a folder where you will keep all your documents, all your necessities, which you really need to keep forever. I decided to create a folder with my documents because before that I collect them in the box from IKEA. I bought like the regular office folder, filled up with files, dividing by different kinds and keeping all my documents. So this is not the first folder. This is maybe like third one because they're so cheap and not as durable as I'd love to be. For years, it was really convenient to use this kind of folder to keep all my documents and to store them in different kinds. But the minus of this folder is that it's not a hard case to keep all my documents safe, and it's not travel friendly, moving friendly, and maybe also storing friendly. I wanted to buy a folder which have a ziplock around it and to be more durable than this plastic one, because I really tired of changing folders every maybe 1.5 or 2 years, because yeah, that's cheap, but I don't like how it looks and I want to change it as hell. But we're going to be talking a bit later about my new folder to organize this. So speaking about the tip number 2, to create a folder to store all your documents, this is really crucial. You need to create this folder and you don't need to buy a fancy one. So here are the options. If you're just starting organizing your documents, you can buy the regular office one and made of plastic or maybe a paper one. Also, you can store your documents in files with stickers on them and to collect them in the box, maybe from IKEA or from another stores. The next option is to buy an organizer. I saw different kinds of organizers online, like in Russian stores and on Amazon. There are horizontal organizers that are opened or with a zip lock around it. Also here, the textile organizers, also the zip lock, and they're looking not so bad. They're a great option to storing your documents. And also you can find a fancy ones, more expensive, but they are more durable. I stopped at the option with a leather folder organizer with a ziplock. It will live with you forever. I will try to find some organizers and some options for you on Amazon.com, and I will leave the links in the description section below. So in that way you can see different options and to choose the right one for you, because this is my choice and your choice may be different. But the main thing, you need to organize your paper. Also, for storing documents, you can use like these thin plastic folders, but this is not so useful in real life because they're so thin. You must label each of them, and I think it's not as convenient as it could be. I really recommend you to use these type of folders with files and labels in the files. You can see the little post-it sticker inside the file with documents, and this really works. I prefer to use these bright kind of stickers because your eyes always catch on this color, and you can easily understand what kinds of documents you store in this file. And here we have one more minus of collecting documents in these kind of folders, because you see this is the A4 format of paper, and it's really convenient to collect here, but we all have documents which are in different paper formats, like our passport, our ID card, also a birth certificate or a death certificate. And I have this box from iPad to store all the different kinds of documents, and I really hate this box because it's not useful, it's not convenient. No, that's not an option for me anymore. So here I have my mouse pad, our pets' passports, our second passports for traveling abroad, the military document of my husband. Oh, that's fun. This is the certificate from my dental clinic, which they gave me because I was really brave to went through all our dental stuff. To be honest, they usually give this only for kids. I really suggest you to create one single folder to collect all your documents and to forget about your paper clutter forever, because you will always know where your documents are and you can easily grab the folder. And here we come to creating a new folder, and let's imagine that I have none of them and I organizing my documents for the first time with you. A few years ago, when I was searching for a new folder online, I suddenly stopped by the website of the Russian brand, and they are crafting leather goods for people, like bags, backpacks, travel folders. I know that maybe they're not shipping worldwide, but I really want to show you this folder and to share my experience with organizing my documents in that. So the company Verve Store is a small business from St. Petersburg, Russia, and they started from the one single item, the C folder for sailors and captains. Yesterday's evening I visited their store in Moscow. Thanks God they opened the store in Moscow because they were only in St. Petersburg. This store is beautiful. You can see how many items do they have. They have backpacks, they have men bags, women bags, leather goods like wallets or maybe card holders or even necessaries. I have to say that this cutie is a fancy option. It's not cheap, it's like an expensive one, and this is the most expensive item for storing documents I ever saw. The price is 9,800 rubles, and the price in dollars you can see on the screen. This folder weighs 1.5 kilos without documents, and I think that with documents it will be like 3 kilos, but it's worth it. The gorgeous Bordeaux color. You can see the tree and the birds here, and it's called Dela Semeyny, which means family duties. So let's open this folder. So again, guys, this is the fancy option. You don't need to buy the expensive one. There you can see some useful pockets for your cards, these for passports, maybe these pockets everywhere, and also they have this little ring to store your keys, your extra keys for your house. And my favorite part of all the folders this type is a ring system. And this folder goes with this huge amount of files, which are so thick. And also you can see that they have dividers here. This is the leather dividers. I think that's time to organize my documents together. So you will see the time-lapse version of me organizing these documents because I waited for this for so long and I can't even imagine how it will look like, how it will be organizing these documents. And when I will finish, I will show you this finishing process with all my documents inside. So now guys, when you saw my organizational process and my decluttering some documents, leave me comments below what you think about this folder, this expensive folder. Will you buy this expensive version for you, or maybe you will stop by the simple and regular version from the office section in the stores? I really impressed by this folder, and I think that I will reorganize it in the future because now it was a bit chaotic and I thought about my filming process. It's really heavy, but I think in the moving process I will declutter some more documents from that. I will think about it a bit later. So moving on, we organized our documents in this huge folder, and if you will be inspired by my tips, I will be so proud of you and I will be so happy. That's the main reason I'm here on YouTube. I want to inspire people, I want to be maybe the role model, but I'm just a newbie in that. I describe you some first steps in organizing your documents, like sorting out your documents into categories and throw away the useless documents, then to create a folder and organize this folder, and then of course make the labels into files to quickly search through all your documents and grab the ones that you need. And here we come to another step. The fourth step is to scan all your documents. I think scanning documents is really important nowadays because you don't even know when you will need this or that document in scan, and it's really useful in my life. That's why I broadcast this idea to you. So I have this little portable scanner. It's really lightweight in comparison to this paper document system. This may be 1 kilo or maybe even less. It's really one of my favorite devices and gadgets all over our apartment, and it's really good. It scans document like heaven. I scanned all my photos in my parents' house in Saratov, and that's why I have all my photos from my childhood and teen years. So all of my photos are scanned. And yes, I think that the fourth tip is really crucial because scanned documents could help you every time. And here's another reason. There are some documents that you don't need to keep in real life. So you don't need this paper version document. For instance, maybe it's a bill from the medical center, and that's the lifesaver, because can you imagine the amount of paper documents which you maybe have already, or maybe if you're a minimalist like me in documents, maybe you can imagine the pile of documents which you could have in your real life. Just imagine all this paper stuff in your apartment. I'm against this situation when people get buried under the holy paper piles. Just buy a portable scanner. It's really useful and powerful. I can connect it to my laptop easily. It has all the things really which I need. It can scan photos, documents, and you can change the settings in the app on your computer. That's okay. This is the option you maybe need to have. Another option with scanning is that you can scan your documents using your iPhone or iPad or even another phone. I can easily open my notes and press to scan document, and it will scan any document I want. And then I can send it to my email or maybe to my laptop, iPad via AirDrop, or even save on iPhone as a PDF. So it's really useful, believe me. And here's my last tip, number 5. Again, with scanning documents and with storing documents especially. So one of the options to store your documents is on the hard drive, and I have my hard drive by Lacy for 4 terabytes. That's enough for me. Here I store like backups of my iPhone or my MacBook and iCloud. Yes, I'm an Apple maniac and I love Apple products so much. That's why I have MacBook, iPhone, iPad, and all Apple products, yes. What I like about Apple and OS system that I can use iCloud, and I have a paid subscription like Apple One, which includes 200 gigabytes to store my documents online. And I believe in this system. I believe in their cloud storage because it's really safe, and I believe in Apple. I chose the iCloud as the main cloud storage. You can choose whatever you want, like a Dropbox or maybe a Google Drive. They all are good. When I scan my documents, I put it into separate spaces. So what I mean, when I scan my documents, I put it in the files folder on my laptop and to my documents, and then to separate folders. When I put this file into a documents folder in files, this already goes to my iCloud because my documents folder on my laptop is on iCloud. And that's really convenient because when you have your cloud system, you can open your documents wherever you be, whatever you want. That's really amazing. And yeah, here's my 5 tips to store your documents, to organize your paper stuff, and not even your paper stuff, even your scanned documents. And I really hope that you like this video. And also I want to share some amazing news from my life because I cannot even believe that this is true. So maybe you know that I have a Patreon account, and this is pretty empty. And there is no information, there is no extra videos on extra posts. And oh my god, guys, I have my first ever patron on Patreon, and I want to thank Mark Whitaker. You made my day when I realized that that's true, and I can't even believe that, yes, maybe it's really strange, just one patron. Some bloggers have like thousands or hundreds of patrons. What are you talking about, Irene? But believe me, this is the first step. I always believe in baby steps in our life, and that's why I really want to thank Mark Whitaker to be my first patron, because that means a lot. If you're watching, you're the best. Remember, you left me an amazing comment, and you're my fast patron. I will remember it forever, I think. So just in case if you didn't know, I have my Patreon account, and I promise I will do something here. But now it's just like a donation platform for me because I try to save money to upgrade my camera gear, and you can see that I upgraded my gear, so I have my wireless mic, and I hope that in this video it sounds pretty good because wireless mic makes sense, really. If you want to support me just with $1 or $5 or $10, I will be so happy. I appreciate all your activity, and thank you for being with me on my channel. So if you want to support me, you can always press the like button under this video if you like it. Leave your comments below. What do you think about your system? Did you have one? Or maybe you're a newbie like I was 3 years ago. Just tell me about how you store documents, and was this video useful for you? I will be happy to read each your comment. And you also can subscribe to my channel. This is the best support to me because I love the activity on my channel. I love all of you, and you're the best community in my life. Thank you so much. See you in the next videos on Mondays or Thursdays. Bye!